The Screen Actors Guild. Please prepare yourself. Sit down. Pull over if you're driving. This is gonna be tough. The Screen Actors Guild is going on strike. Okay, moving on. The SAG, when SAG is the Screen Actors Guild, it merged about 10 years ago with AFTRA, the American Federation of Television Radio Artists, voted unanimously to go on strike. They will be joining another strike in Hollywood, which is the Writers Guild of America strike. And that means effectively that unionized Hollywood is shut down. And SAG is kind of a crappy union. Back in my wayward youth, I would occasionally work with the Screen Actors Guild as a professional actor. And it's not a great union because at any given time, like 99% of its membership is unemployed because actors have hard times getting jobs generally. And so all of these radical leftists who are largely unemployed just voted to go on strike. But the SAG union doesn't do a lot for actors generally. The Writers Guild actually is a pretty good union for its members. SAG doesn't do all that much. And so in recent years, a lot of professional actors, a lot of huge name actors have gone FI-CORE, which a financial core, which is to say they don't really go along with the union. They'll pay their dues because they have to as a result of a court case, but they don't really care. The influence of the Screen Actors Guild has waned dramatically, just as the influence of unions, especially in Hollywood, has waned dramatically, just as the influence of Hollywood has waned dramatically. And that's really the point here. The writers are going on strike. The actors are going on strike. Does anybody care? When was the last time you went out to see a movie? I bet, just judging by box office numbers, the last time you went out to see a movie was to go see The Sound of Freedom starring Jim Caviezel, which is a movie that was made largely outside of Hollywood. Jim Caviezel's a terrific actor. He's a big Hollywood star. The movie was funded basically by just a bunch of kooky conservatives, and then it was made by a bunch of highly skilled professionals who were disenchanted with the way that the Hollywood studio system works. Other than that, what shows are you watching? I'm not watching any shows right now. You know what show I'm watching right now? Occasionally I'll put on an episode of Father Brown from the BBC. I don't even know what's coming out of Hollywood. The only movies that I would be even tempted to see in Hollywood, it's Mission Impossible. I guess just Mission Impossible. I don't even know. I'd like to go see the last movie star on Earth, Tom Cruise. Maybe I would go see him in a movie. Other than that, I don't even know what they're producing. I'm a culture vulture. I worked in Hollywood for a considerable amount of time. I've worked in New York. I like the arts. I read poetry. I read plays. I should be the number one audience, the number one fan for these things, and yet I'm tuning out, and you're tuning out, and this is reflected in the completely collapsing viewership of the Academy Awards, the collapsing viewership not just of movies in theaters, but even of the big Hollywood films on streaming. It's over, guys. So, okay, you're going to protest. Okay, you don't have any leverage anymore. Fine, the writers and the actors are going on strike. Fine by me, man. That's fine. We're going to go watch Sound of Freedom. Right now, go to Genucel.com/Knowles. Our friends over at Genucel sold out of their dark spot corrector, and our listeners have been begging for a restock, begging like a dog on your hands and knees. Well, I've got great news. Just in time for the summer, it's back in stock. Genucel's famous dark spot corrector has not one, but 3 cutting-edge ingredients and goes to work fast to target sunspots, dark spots, liver spots, even old discoloration, both on your face and your hands. You can now enjoy your summer sun, beach, and barbecues without embarrassing spots. Genucel's most popular package also features their summer essentials, such as the best-selling Ultra Retinol Moisturizer with a powerful retinol alternative for safe use in the sun. You will be amazed at how quickly you see the results, or 100% of your money back guaranteed. I love the owner of this company, Coptic Christian from Egypt, who left there, came over here for the American dream. Go to Genucel.com/Knowles right now. Get your dark spot corrector in the Genucel most popular package. Genucel.com/Knowles. 70% off Genucel's most popular package. All orders will include a mystery luxury gift while supplies last. Genucel.com/Knowles. Right now, go to SamaritanMinistries.org/Knowles. How are you paying for your health care? How's it working out for you? If it's working out perfectly, great. Okay, cool. If not, listen closely because I have a solution for you. A biblical solution called Samaritan Ministries. Samaritan Ministries is a community of Christians paying one another's medical bills. It's affordable healthcare sharing, and because it's not insurance, there are no restrictive networks. Here's how it works. When a medical need arises, you choose the healthcare provider that is right for you and have a say in the treatment you receive. Send your medical bills to Samaritan Ministries, and they will notify fellow members to pray for you and send money directly to you to help you pay those bills. It could be more affordable than what you are paying now, and if it's the right fit, you can join anytime, even today. Check it out at SamaritanMinistries.org/Knowles, Knowles. That is SamaritanMinistries.org/Knowles. Speaking of power brokers, turning to the 2024 race, there's a report out with bad news for the DeSantis campaign, which has struggled since its launch, suggesting that top donors are considering a flip to Tim Scott. Tim Scott, nice, fairly moderate, centrist Republican senator from South Carolina. I don't know that I'd buy this report. If the report is real, come on, man. That's not going to work. It means that the donors who don't want Trump are souring on DeSantis' chances, so they're looking for an alternative. I really like Tim Scott personally. It's not going to happen. Just looking at the numbers, looking at the political realities, it's not going to happen. Could Tim Scott, in some world, become the number 2 guy to Donald Trump if DeSantis' campaign really totally collapses and all of the anti-Trump forces rally around Tim Scott? Maybe. I think, though, at this point, donors who are trying to take a candidate from 3% to the nomination, they're just setting their money on fire. DeSantis himself, who's got almost 20%, the odds that he would be able to take the nomination right now are quite low. And I know that people are very upset with me for this. Guys, I'm like the last conservative pundit in America who's not actively working for a presidential campaign, and I'm just calling it like I sees it. And people are pulling their hair out and they're saying, but in 2016, but in 2012, but in 2008. I'm saying, guys, that doesn't matter. We haven't had an analog for this kind of a primary since 1892, because that was the last time that you had a one-termer running for a rematch. So yes, Donald Trump is not the incumbent, but practically speaking, in many ways, he is like the incumbent. That's why these other guys are not going to catch fire. And the other problem here, I love Tim Scott. He's a really nice guy. But Tim Scott has a very conciliatory tone. He's really nice, as I've just said. And if you think that this moment in 2024 is the moment for like a really nice conciliatory guy to meet in the middle and work across the aisle and aw shucks, we're all on the same team, you don't know what time it is. You got to go get your watch fixed. That's not where we are right now. The 2 candidates who have a real shot at the nomination right now are Trump and DeSantis. And the left field candidate, who's done a lot better than a lot of people predicted, is Vivek Ramaswamy. What do all 3 of them have in common? They've all bucked GOP orthodoxy and the nice, work across the aisle, just cut taxes, ignore the culture. They are all extreme culture warriors in their own ways. And they're the only guys with any momentum whatsoever or any real shot at the moment. Donors, you got to know what time it is. Money cannot buy you the nomination. Money alone cannot buy you the nomination. Just ask President Jeb Bush. Boy, what a great clip that was. Now you got to ring the bell. Subscribe. Make sure you don't miss a single clip or episode or interview or yes or no game or face off. Subscribe to the Michael Knowles YouTube channel.